him being bought out actually does do something, actually does offer some relief for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Currently on his contract, 2 years at $5 million for Mikael Granlund. A buyout would last 4 seasons. Year one would be $833,000. So a lot of savings in year one for the Pittsburgh Penguins, but then it bumps up to $1.833 million in years 2 through 4.
I mean, yeah, the bump kind of hurts going from essentially 1 million to 2 million. And the bone, because you do have to look at the other dead cap, the other buyout that is already there, the Jack Johnson number, which is also essentially $1 million. It hurts to lose $3 million right off the cuff going into the 24-25 season. I mean, we cannot continue to believe the cap is going to go up, by the way, more than $1 million every year. We can't keep going, hey, the salary cap is going to go up by $5 million this year. We don't know that. We don't know that. Until it happens, we should not believe it's going to happen. Let's just be honest. Gary Bettman's not letting that number go up for whatever reason, for waiting on this, waiting on that, who cares, whatever. Until that number hits and it is official, don't ever believe it's going up. Just assume it's staying at the same or going up by $1 million. So that hurts losing $3 million going into 24-25, but that sounds like an issue for 2 years down the road, doesn't it? Whenever Kyle Dubas has had time to get his hands really all over this team, and now, sure, you have $3 million that you just cannot use. Who cares? You know who's not on the team? Mikael Granlund.
Yeah, and you do save a little over $4 million in year one and a little over $3 million in the following seasons. About the salary cap, of course, it is mainly because the NHL is waiting till the players pay back the escrow that was caused by the COVID shutdowns. But, I mean, the salary cap's gone up now. If it goes up the reported $1 million that everybody's expecting it to go up this offseason, it will have been $2 million in total in the past 5 years. Like, that would be the total. Now, of course, they're projecting massive jumps the following season, even the year after that, maybe upwards to like $10 million from where we're at now, potentially in 3 years. But again, that's projections. Projections change all the time. You never know what can happen. So don't count on the money that's not there, right? Don't count your chips while you're still at the table. Essentially, if you're the Pittsburgh Penguins, you know it's going up by at least $1 million, probably only $1 million. So this is a very interesting situation because I'm one to say, you know what? Can you really judge Mikael Granlund after 20 games? And especially if everybody else is saying, hey, they might still want him. If you can't find a trade partner, then yes, buying out Mikael Granlund would be a great option. But do you really want 4 years of dead cap, including almost $2 million for the back three? I understand it's not the Minnesota Wild, who I believe have $14 million in dead cap because of Ryan Suter and Zach Parise, but I'm not somebody that likes to have the team that I'm covering buy out players because you just could utilize that cap in so many different ways. But at the same time, if the Penguins are going to get rid of Mikael Granlund, and I think that would be best. Even if you trade him, you're going to have to retain.
Oh, yeah.
And you're going to have to hold that for the next 2 years. And it's probably not going to be over $3 million. Right? You're not going to open up over $3 million. You're probably going to open up $2.5 million. Make the move. If there's any of them, and we'll talk about a couple other names, this is the move that I make if I'm Kyle Dubas and Jason Spezza and whoever's pulling the trigger.